Chapter 11, Section 1. In this chapter we learn to solve equations. In order to do that, we need to have a common vocabulary, and so we'll start by defining is term. And a term, in order to be able to understand that, though, first we'll have to define variable. And a variable is just a letter that we use to represent any number. It could be anything, and it's changing, it's variable, it varies, and that's why we call it variable, and we denote that with a letter. A constant is just a number that does not change. 3, 2, it could be a decimal, 2.5, anything like that that doesn't change, that just is what it is, that's a constant. Alright, well, a term is a combination of constants and variables. So we can have a constant out front, we could use the 2.5 we see there, and x and y, that is a term. When we combine them all together with multiplication or division, that is what we call a term. It could be something like this: 2x squared over 3y cubed. As long as they're multiplied or divided together, then altogether that is a term. We say a coefficient. A coefficient is the number, the constant that is at the front of the term. So in this case, this 2.5, that's our coefficient. In this case, it's actually 2/3 is the coefficient. Whatever the number is in front of the term, that's what we define as the coefficient. Alright, so then we can continue on defining things here, and the next thing we want to talk about is expressions and equations. Expressions and equations both combine terms, and they're just a little bit different. So an expression 2x plus 3, this first term is 2x, the second term is 3. We're just combining terms together, and that is an expression. It could be 2x squared y minus 7x, and that is just another expression. This is one term, this is another term, and we could combine terms all day. Those are expressions. An equation is different from an expression in that equation implies equal, and that is the difference. If when we set 2x plus 3 equal to something, it could be equal to, we could have it equal to 7, and 2x plus 3 equals 7. Now it's an equation because we have it set equal to something. When it's not equal to anything, then it's an expression. When it is equal to something, then it is an equation. And so we can have anything with any kind of expression. When we set it equal to something, then it's an equation. So we can have something like 2x plus 5 equal to 6x minus 3. Two expressions equal to each other. This is an equation. An example of an equation. If we have just the 2x squared y plus 3x y minus 5, this is an example of an expression.